Hello there, this is Rom Wills coming back at you with yet another video. Most of the game is nonverbal. Now check it out, right? Check it out. The yesterday I had a video, went over pretty well, called The Importance of Eye Contact. And many of the commenters pointed it out right. A man can really seduce a woman just with his eyes. You know, just with his eyes. Eye contact is very important. Very important. I mean, in fact, women communicate. You can look at a woman's eyes and tell a lot. Like, if there's a certain look, and I've done videos on this, there's a certain look. When I see in a woman, I already know I got her. If she look at me a certain way, raise her eyebrows a certain way when she look at me, I'm like, all right, I'm already thinking about the position. But a lot of guys got to realize that because, see, one of the things I get, and I still get it, and I tell guys, I still get guys who hit me up and like, well, what can I say? What can I do? What can I say to make the woman want to have sex with me? That'll trigger it. I'm going to tell you what, anybody who's telling you, I'm going to just say this, anybody who's telling you that is purely off of what you say is lying to you. You got to have other shit in place. And then what you say is just going to open a door for you more or close it. Because, you know, my big thing has always been women choose the men. See, a lot of guys don't get that. They think it's about a woman walking up to a man and choosing him and having control over it. No. They looking at a man's nonverbal thing, how he carry himself, his body, how he hold his head, how he walks, his clothes, everything, and they choosing off of that. That's nonverbal. And in fact, women in general, a lot of their communication, more so than men, is nonverbal. And how they feel. Like if you're talking to a woman and she got her arms folded, she don't feel you. But if she's kind of open with you, she's looking up at you, and her body's kind of pointed towards you, that's a good thing. That is a good thing. That's something that you want to go for. And see, men have to understand that because, see, here's the problem. Too many men are focusing on just like trying to wear a mask or something, but if that mask isn't reflected in their body, it don't work. Like a lot of guys will try to, they'll go up to a woman and, they might try to act like an asshole with her or put her down, or they'll try to act like they high and mighty and important. And I'm like, they can't figure out why it's not working. But it works for this other dude. That's because whatever the dude is saying is reflected in his body language. Like, we got a lot of sports fans who probably watch this. And sometimes some announcers will even say it. Like they watching, y'all know me, I'm a big college basketball fan, right? Sometimes you can look at really any sport, and you can look at a team's body language and tell who winning. Like you don't even have to see the score or anything. You just look at their body language, how they moving around, what's going on with them during the game or anything. And they don't have to say anything. Even how they move, you can look at how they move, and you can be like, all right, this team going to win, this team's going to lose. Right there. Well, women doing that all the time with a man. And see, a lot of men can't figure it out. See, they'll present their status. They'll present their money. They'll present their, they'll try to say I'm important or I'm this or that. But it don't reflect in their body language. It don't reflect. And indeed, even what a woman's feeling reflects in her body language. If you're reading a book, and this should be, you know what? I think it's common. I used to think it was common. I'm realizing it really is. A lot of dudes be, they can't see, like they trying to holler at a woman. They can't see her body language is very defensive and stuff. They just still going. And I'm just like, dude, even though she's saying stuff, and she might even be saying, even with her words, like some women will take your phone number now. Right? They'll still take your phone number just to like keep it peaceful. Because they're worried about you getting violent or something. But while the dude think he get the phone number, he ain't noticing that what I say earlier, her arms are folded or her body's pointed away from him. and she's trying to keep a certain distance from him without saying anything. And he thinking, yeah, I did something, I got the number, because he's listening to what she's saying. And he ain't paying attention. She ain't smiling or anything, or she looks a little distressed. He's like, yeah, I'm the man. And it's like, no, her body language says you're not the man. Look, this is not, I mean, seriously. A lot of times what a man needs to do, he needs to make sure his body communicates what he's trying to say. Like if he's trying to be the select dude, the Mr. Good Bar, the alpha male, well, everything that needs to reflect in all his nonverbal language. Like how does he walk? Does he walk in a strong manner? With his back upright and everything. Like for myself, a lot of people think I'm ex-military. Two things I get. They either think I'm ex-military or ex-Fruit of Islam for the Nation of Islam because of how I walk. Because they say I walk like a general or something like that. Does your walk reflect it? Women are looking at that. Women look at how a man moves. Definitely if your body is right, the body is important. People who follow me privately know I emphasize the body more than anything. Because, well, women into bodies. They be thinking everything else. I was like, no, women care about those bodies. Like I said, there's some game. There's even some game with that I share with my private folks. Y'all gotta support either my Patreon or join my subscription site. If y'all want to get deeper, I don't give a lot of shit on the air. Even as a nonverbal thing, because even how you sit with a woman, are you sitting in a dominant manner, or are you sitting like in a timid manner? Ask yourself that, Are you sitting forward? Or are you sitting back? Are you slouching? Stuff like that. Women reading into all of that. She's, no matter what words are coming out your mouth, she's looking to see if your body gets into it. The eye contact thing. You supposed to be some dominant alpha male or something, but your eye contact all over the place where you're not looking her in the eye. Shoot, you can get a woman just by looking her in the eye. Shoot, just by looking her in the eye. Because that's a communication thing. It says, look, I'm confident in myself. If you want to talk about that confidence word, shoot. Women want to know, can you look at them in the eye? And you can do it without wavering, without blinking. Women have told me, it looked like I'm looking through their soul. But see, that's a nonverbal thing. You can flirt across the room just with a look. Shoot. That nonverbal thing. And you know what? That's tough. That's tough. But the only way to get to that nonverbal level of game, the only way to get to that nonverbal level of confidence, you got to be authentic. That's the key. You got to be real. I'm going to tell you what with me. The one statement women have made about me, they've made two statements about me. One, women have found me sexy. Not fine. I rarely hear fine, but I hear sexy, but then I also hear real. You got to be authentic. See, that's the one thing that women look for. That's why they looking at your body language, see if what you're saying matches your body language and how you carrying yourself. If you trying to act like, yeah, I'm the CEO of a big company. Yeah, they're going to look at you and tell how you walking. I knew this dude, right? I remember years ago I was working in this retail establishment, right? And I had a friend of mine come in there, right? That dude was able to tell, he could tell who the general manager is just by how the dude was carrying himself. By how he was walking and everything. And of course this particular dude was a salesman, so he knew how to read people. But that nonverbal thing, it got a match. And you can't fake it. Believe it or not, you can't fake it. People try to fake like they this and that, but it's gonna come out in your nonverbals. Like I knew this cat, right? This dude talked a good game. He talked a great game, right? A really good game. Like, he could talk to any woman or something, right? But I remember we were in a strip club one time, right? And I I kind of peeped how he walked up to the dancers to give them money. He was very timid, very beta, you know, like he was putting them on a pedestal and stuff. And I was like, dude, really? So it's like the only way to get there, the only way that what the words coming out your mouth and matches your body language, you gotta be real. You gotta be real. You can't fake like it. You can't fake it. And that's what women looking at. Understand something. And shout out, this dude know who I'm talking about because he the one who told me this. Right? This a play on, he up there. And I even told him, man, I said, dude, you need to be doing this. You need to be coaching. He know who he is. He know who he is. But he said women, man, they got about 3 levels of communication. They can say hello to you in 3 different ways and it mean 3 different things. So understand that. See, that's how a lot of guys be feeling. They be doing all this stuff and they can't figure out why. I say, dude, it ain't in you subconsciously. It ain't reflecting in how you carrying yourself. So that's very important. And like I said, the only way to get there, man, you gotta be real. You can't fake. You know, that's why you got some people who can read body language, like professionals. When I'm talking like FBI, CIA level professionals. That's how they can look at somebody and tell everything about them, no matter what the person is saying. No matter what the person is saying, because they looking at their body language, dog. In fact, there's a lot of clues. There's a lot of stuff I know I keep to myself. And there are books out there, and there's some professionals. And I actually had some training from some professionals on that. Like good defense attorneys, intelligence agency agents, journalists, investigators. You get a little bit of training on reading body language and shit. So look, ironically not psychologists. Anyway, that's another conversation. But nah, you gotta match and you gotta be authentic with it. You can't fake the funk because your body's gonna lie. Your body is gonna tell the truth. Everybody's bodies tell the truth. I don't care what they say. Their bodies, body language, everything tells the truth. So the only way to get past that is just be authentic. Because women reading the body language, no matter what you say to her, she reading your body language, no matter what you say. So, you know, they reading your body language, listening to your voice tone, looking at everything. So that nonverbal game, work on it. Only way to work on it, you just gotta be authentic. Anyway, right? I'm gonna talk to y'all later. Peace and blessings.